Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pet Barbecue. On today's video, I'm gonna make some Texas style chili with some green chili cornbread. Stay tuned. All right, let's get started on this Texas style chili recipe. By the way, I am using the Suckle Busters chili recipe, but I am changing some of the ingredients, okay? I am gonna be leaving a link inside the description box on where you can buy this chili recipe right here. But just go over the ingredients real quick. I do have 1 packet of the Suckle Busters chili mix, which is inside this box. So the recipe calls for 1 pound of ground beef. I am gonna be substituting the ground beef with some smoked brisket that I have right here in this packet. I'm just gonna cut this up into small cubes. 1 pound of breakfast sausage, which I have right here. This is just the Jimmy Dean regular breakfast sausage. You're also gonna need 10 ounces of tomato soup, which I have right here, 10 ounces of beef broth, a red and green bell pepper, a yellow onion, medium size. Now these jalapenos are not in the recipe, but I'm just gonna use this as a garnish once the chili is ready. So I also have some cheddar cheese, which I'm gonna be shredding and putting some of this on top of my chili. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna chop up my veggies and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so I've got all my vegetables chopped up. I'm just gonna move this aside and move my induction burner over. So I'm using my Hestan Cue Induction burner. I'm just gonna turn it on and turn it on about halfway, just like that. All right, so at this point, if you were using ground beef, you wanna brown it up along with your breakfast sausage. So since I am using some leftover brisket, I'm just gonna brown up my sausage here real quick. So this induction burner from Hestan Cue warms up really quick. That's what I love about it. You don't have to sit around and wait all day for it to warm up. So I'm just gonna brown this sausage up a little bit, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so my breakfast sausage is nice and browned up. At this point, I'm gonna add my brisket that I chopped up here. Mix that all together. All right, so the brisket is warmed up now with the breakfast sausage. The next step is to add our bell peppers. There's our green. There's our red. And also the onion that we chopped up. Ooh, this is smelling delicious. Just gonna give this a quick mix. So just one quick note that if you did use ground beef and it releases a lot of fat, go ahead and drain that and then put it back inside your Dutch oven or whatever pan it is that you're using. So the next step, I am adding my tomato soup. Again, this is a 10-ounce can. I did add some water into my tomato soup can just to get that extra tomato soup out of there. Go ahead and pour that in there. Give it a mix. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna add my 10 ounces of beef broth. I'm just gonna stir this up real quick. I gotta tell you, this Texas style chili is smelling absolutely delicious, and we haven't added the spices yet. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil, cover it up. I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes and our chili is already boiling. So at this point, you wanna add your seasoning packet that comes inside the Suckle Busters Texas chili box. Oh yeah, that smells good. Give it a stir. Get those spices incorporated into your chili. Wow, look at that color, just from that seasoning packet. All right, so at this point, I'm just gonna turn my induction burner down to a simmer, cover it up. So you wanna give this about 30 minutes and you wanna come back and stir it about every 10 minutes. I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so as I mentioned earlier in the video, I am gonna be making some green chili cornbread to go along with our chili. Now my favorite cornbread mix is this one from Famous Dave's. You can find it at your local Walmart. I've already mixed up the ingredients and I am gonna be adding about 1/4 cup of chopped green chilies, and this is some really hot stuff. So I'm only using 1/4 cup. If you're using a milder green chili, you can use up to 1/2 cup if you want. So I'm just gonna mix this up real quick. Real simple recipe. There was 1/3 of milk, 1/3 of water, and 1 egg that went into this mix, okay? So just mix it up really good. You can see the consistency right there. There's plenty of green chili that's gonna be in each muffin. So I do have my large muffin tin here. I'm just gonna spray it with some canola oil. You can use butter if you'd like. All right, now it's time to pour in our cornbread mixture into our muffin tin. Probably about halfway, and I'll come back and add any extra. Just like that. Now these are gonna rise on you, so be careful not to overfill them, like I tend to sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna put these in my oven set at 425 degrees for about 20 minutes. At that point, our chili should be ready. Stay tuned. All right, so the chili's been simmering for about an hour now. Let's take a look at it. Oh yes, look at that. That brisket is pretty much shredded in there. All right, so this next step right here is extremely controversial, especially in Texas. Some people say don't add beans. Some people say add beans. What are you? Do you like beans in your chili or do you not like beans? So I added 1 can of black beans, and these are gonna simmer for about another 5 minutes. So let me know in the comments if you guys like beans inside your chili. Me personally, I love beans. Normally black beans, but you can also use pinto beans in your chili. So I'm gonna let this simmer for another 5 minutes, then we'll give it a taste. Stay tuned. All right, so the Texas style chili has been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Oh yeah, look at this. This looks and smells absolutely delicious. So I've got myself a bowl here. I'm gonna serve myself some of this delicious smelling chili. You can definitely see the bell peppers in there, the onion. Oh yeah, that brisket, look at that, okay? So as far as the toppings, I'm adding some cheddar cheese, just like that. Gonna add some onions. I love me some onions. And also some sliced jalapenos. My mouth is watering. Look at that. Let's give it a taste. All right, my mouth has been watering for the last hour. Let's see how we did on this chili. Gonna grab a spoonful of that chili, the cheese, some of the onions, and of course, some of that sliced jalapeno. Ooh, this is gonna be hot. Look at that, it's steaming. But I'm gonna try it. Here we go. Wow. Holy smokes, I gotta tell you, this chili is absolutely delicious. I wasn't really expecting that explosion of flavor in my mouth, but I gotta tell you, this is really good. Let's give our cornbread a try. See how we did, our green chili cornbread. All right, so that cornbread is absolutely delicious as well. It has a little bit of sweetness. Then that smoky hot chili comes in at the end. It pairs really well with this chili. So I gotta tell you, if it's cold out in your neck of the woods, get yourself some of the sucker-buster chili seasoning and make yourself some chili. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check out the links inside the description box. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.